war brewing in this territory. Brigham Young trying to make his kingdom. President tries to stomp it out.
Guys, it is so great to get to chat with you. I watched American Primeval over the weekend, and it is just such a gripping and intense ride from start to finish. I love both of your characters in it. Dane, I'd love to start with you. You have to quite literally put your whole body through this performance, as we see in the camp assault scene and everything else after that. What was it like, you know, not just with the prosthetics, but just through your character's emotional journey, you know, as he goes from this sort of light-hearted guy to this really dark person?
Yeah, it was intense, you know. I mean, he goes through it all for sure, and the makeup was one thing, but certainly, like you said, like the mental aspect of it was just if not more intense and hard to grasp. You know, like, what is it? He's going through severe head trauma psychosis, but at the same time, he has more faith than maybe anyone else in the world. And the dichotomy of that is just, in a way, it's freeing if you can force yourself to really go there, because it makes almost anything possible. But it was a really intense journey, and you know, I'm really happy that Pete Berg was there to help guide me through it and push me to my limits.
Well, he certainly pushed you to your limits, but he also really helped create a great character. And same for you, Kim. I mean, Brigham is such an interesting sort of villain. I don't know. It's the thing I love about the Wild West is everybody's morality is sort of in flux. And I'd love to hear, you know, what it was like finding the heart of him and finding that balance between someone who is a little theatrical, but also has his own, you know, goals in mind.
Well, isn't that the truth? I mean, Brigham Young, I mean, that's not an offer you get every day to play Brigham Young. And so when you accept that offer and you start reading all the autobiographies and biographies on him and a couple of novels, his look is kind of like me, blue eyes, all that, the stare, the cheekbones. He was a big-ish man. So I didn't have to stop eating food at all, which was kind of fun for me. But to encompass Brigham Young and to carry that Book of Mormon on me 24/7 and stay in character on set with Shea Wiggum, as we've discussed, Dane and I all morning. Peter Berg, you've got to give it up to Peter Berg, because that guy, I don't know, his preparation is like, I've done 75 movies. Ridley Scott, Peter Berg he's an artist. He's a crazy man. He's brilliant. He's not afraid to fail at anything he does, which is why he rarely does, probably. And to cast the way he did and to shoot it in the elements, there was no soundstage, you know, Grant. This is all real snow things, the battle scenes. It's a limited series about survival. It's about survival. Everyone wants and is desperate. They're being persecuted. Everybody's being persecuted. Everybody's hunting for a better life. The Native Americans, I mean, we could go on and on and on what they went through. Goodness gracious. And I know Peter Berg's talking about it this morning. It was an incredibly dark time in America, but the way it was shot was Jacques, his DP, Peter's DP. I cannot wait for the world to see this limited series, because it's a true story based on truth for sure. And Brigham Young, I'll talk to everybody when it's over and we'll discuss what they thought, he knew, didn't know, pressed the button on, didn't press the button on. He was a man of God and he saved that religion for sure. And we'll let people make up their own minds, but it's a very special thing that Dane and I were able to do, and I was really glad to be in it.
It's really going to be interesting to see the discussions that happen around this show as it comes out, and I can't wait to get the word out about it. But thank you guys so much for taking the time. I truly appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your weeks.
Thanks.
We set out at first light. One step closer to the life I promised you.
Someday, this entire American continent will be ours.